Hello, salutations. So I've realized something. I was going through the reading through the tooltips of all the weapons. It started with spears, and then I realized that there's some logic that doesn't make sense. So I'm doing a little testing because when you compare the bone spear, it says high grade. I'm sorry, bone great two-handed sword, right? It should say great two-handed great sword. Um, but there is no crippling effect on here. It just says high grade weapon. But when you go to the sorrow, it's cripple as a secondary effect. So it's missing the effect. And even though technically um, the base stats, I think it's comparable. I think this is 64 without an enchant. But so I'm trying to see if this sword has a cripple effect, like if it needs. So I'm gonna see if I can place a cripple. Yep, there's a cripple on that. Okay, I put yep, there's a cripple. I put 2 cripples on her. Okay, let's try. Let's see if I can put a cripple with the bone two-handed sword. Yep, there's a cripple. I'm out of stamina. Yep, there's 2 cripples. Okay, so the weapon absolutely does the cripple attack, but it's not stated in the. I actually kind of like this. It's not stated in the tooltips. So this leads into my video on. I've been going through and going through all the weapons and reading their tooltips and seeing how they're relevant. So if you'll notice, like it doesn't say cripple right here. It's super heavy. So bone is traditionally lighter than steel. So their durability to weight values are all off. Obsidian should be the heaviest of all the materials. I'm gonna go back to the forge real quick. Let me loot this stuff up. I'm greedy, right? I gotta have my iron. Um, yeah, all the tooltips need to be. The weapons don't necessarily need to be reworked. The tooltips need to be cleaned up. Um, I've noticed that you can't make a. Let me go back here. I'm sorry for the delay from the explanation, but it's part of the video to kind of give you a. So watch as this loads in. It's kind of one of my pet peeves. So loads in, and you can see, oh, he's got 6 furnaces, he's got a workbench, he's got 5 or 6 named thralls in there. I wish the way that buffered was together instead of layering and basically exposing the inner workings of your base or compound, and that way they can actually, log in, log out, and see the composition of how you have your stuff laid out, and then figure out how they're going to raid you. So back to my original discussion. So here we have. The way that I structured this is the stuff that a master repair kit will repair is how I'm basing these the grades, right? So if it's high grade, then it can be repaired off of a master repair kit. If it's legendary, right? If I had to use a legendary repair kit, then it should be called legendary grade. And obviously, I can't use a master repair kit to repair my Talus Sorrows, even though it says high grade, it should be stated legendary grade. And then same thing right here. This says legendary grade, and I have to have a legendary repair kit to repair it. So the see, item cannot be repair kit is too low of a level. So my logic is sound. Repair cannot be repaired. So does it not give the same message? Cannot further. Oh, did it repair it? So high grade, mid grade. Oh, so back to my original discussion. So you have a bone spear, right, that says high grade, and then you have an obsidian greatsword that says high grade flawless. Now I know master repair kits will repair all of these four, right? So you have Conan Two-Handed Sword, which is weird because you can't have a flawless version of it, but you can have a flawless version of the spear, right? So the high grade flawless exists, but not for the two-handed sword version of it, which is super weird. Like, there needs to be the two-handed flawless version of this, which the flawless version should be on par with the Sword of Sorrows, because their material composition is very close to the same. Like, they require the same components to make except for the heart. And then you have your obsidian greatsword, which makes sense, high grade flawless, because it uses a master repair kit. But my argument with that is the durability to weight is way off. So the heavier the weight, the higher the durability. See, the bone spear, hardly no durability, but extremely heavy. And bone, everybody knows bone is one of the lightest structural compounds on the planet for its loaded strength, its durability strength, like what it can withstand as far as a load. So this needs to be touched up. This needs to have a cripple. I don't know why it doesn't say cripple underneath it. And I think it makes sense. If it's not a flawless version, it shouldn't say high grade flawless. If it's flawless, it should state flawless. And then, but the tooltips on spears and swords need to be reworked, and there needs to be a flawless version of the I can't even pronounce this right. Conan Two-Handed Sword. You know, and something else to look at too is the issue is the penetration on the armor penetration. You would think a penetration on, so here's a obsidian two-handed sword, penetration 12. On the spear, it's 8%. The penetration on spears should be higher than the two-handed sword, because spears generate bleed when swords generate cripple. So there's the mechanic here needs to be altered on the penetration level for the two-handed swords versus the spears. Spears, I mean, if you're stabbing somebody with a spear, you inherently would have more penetration. So I don't understand the logic why two-handed swords, if they're slashing, why they have a higher degree of penetration. But all of this just needs, they don't have to create any new content. It just literally needs to be cleaned up. All the tooltips need to be worked. They need to mirror them off of the repair kits. So if a master repair kit is what it needs to fix, then it is a high grade. If it's a legendary item, like, I have to test this. Let me see if this is. I'm gonna go test this real quick and see if this is, because it says high grade, so therefore the Talus Sorrows should require a master repair kit and not a legendary. So if I'm gonna go whack on a rock, just test this theory out. And I know this video is dragging on, and I apologize, gentlemen, but I'm trying to organize my thoughts and kind of do some clarity of you know, kind of publish my findings on inaccuracies just to improve the overall gameplay and quality, you know, because the better the product, because people see this and understand that you know, it might take them 600 hours of gameplay to come to this conclusion, but eventually people are like, why is there so much discrepancy between naming convention of items? This is definitely not wearing out as fast as I thought it would be. So let's see here. What do we have on our durability? 11. So if I take a master repair kit and drop it on there, what does it say? This item cannot be moved. This item cannot be repaired any further. Shit. I know nobody wants to watch me hit on a rock. Trying to see if this is taking damage. Okay, durability 1146. So this is actually not. I always thought if I hit rocks and stuff, I always thought that the durability would decrease. I figured that the durability would decrease, but 1140. No, it's not decreasing. Let's see if it's only when you hit on animals. Maybe it's a direct interpretation of damage to durability. That would be interesting if it was. So what do we got here? Ah, it is. It absolutely is. So smashing the rocks didn't actually decrease the damage of the item. Fascinating. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, your repair kits are the benchmark to you know, and they should ultimately, the master repair kit should have naming convention that is similar to what it repairs. So it should be a high grade master repair kit, a medium grade journey repair kit, a low grade simple repair kit, and that way the naming convention is similar to the item that it repairs, to kind of eliminate confusion and kind of streamline the thought process, so it helps with the overall learning curve. Because you shouldn't have to be problem solving what repair kits fix what items when you have all these other game mechanics, and you know, thralls and how long it takes to feed them and recipes, and there's some things that just should be intuitive. That plus you just need to clean up your tooltips, to be honest. You just need to clean up your tooltips. So let's see where we're at on damage. Okay, so I think we took off, what, 15? Let's see if I can do this. Item cannot be repaired any further. Shit. Okay, it's going to take me too long to get to where, but I'm pretty sure I have to have a legendary repair kit to repair this this sword. And it shouldn't be, it should have the nomenclature of legendary grade if it requires a legendary repair kit to fix. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope this video has a little bit of insight. I know it's technical in nature and probably not very entertaining to watch, but you should be able to pull some pretty good information out of the video. Thank you.